So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again to talk about Jadon Sancho. In fact, just talk about Man United in general. More statements than points on the board. More statements than wins this season. And yeah, it's not looking good for Man United, I can't lie. Every single day there is a different story popping up. Today we're obviously going to talk about Sancho. Linked to Saudi, that doesn't appear to be happening. We're also going to speak about an ex-women's coach that apparently is a nonce and got given the opportunity to come back to Manchester United. We're going to get into that in a minute as well. Apparently United didn't know. Good one. Anyway, make sure you are subscribing to this channel, guys. You can do it, guys. Be the potato, guys. We're 6. Yes, 6. We're in single digits. 6 away from 20k. I'm a poet. I fully know it. And make sure you are liking the video. That does help. Share the content around. Comments and super chats down below. And yeah, it's been a turbulent couple of weeks for Manchester United. And it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon either. Obviously, the takeover talk is one day maybe yes, one day maybe no. Then they're losing money on the share prices. Then you've got stories coming out. Obviously, they resolved the story with Mason Greenwood. And then the Anthony story comes out. Then whilst the Anthony story is coming out, the Sancho bomber drops after Ten Hag calls him out and says that he's not been training properly. All of a sudden, he comes back and actually goes, "Oh, no, hold up a sec," and puts the statement out. And listen, the reason I think that Man United are like this is because there's no control. Nobody knows the rules. Everyone, it's just a free-for-all. Yeah, and I'm not blaming Ten Hag necessarily for that because, listen, he's a paid employee of the football club. You have to stick it on to the ownership. But with that said, the rest of the hierarchy, all the way down to Ten Hag, needs to be accountable at some point. Because when you've got players that are basically issuing statements willy-nilly, I mean, what's his name? Mason Mount issued a statement. Harry Maguire's issuing a statement telling the world he's not captain anymore. I mean, get over yourselves, will you? Like, what is going on here? There seems to be literally no structure in place at that football club. There seems to be no respect for anyone. Like, if I walk into my mum and dad's house, I know I have to take my shoes off before I get there. Yeah, because their house is immaculate. You could eat your dinner off the floor. Yeah, so I ain't just going to bowl in there and my trainers on, am I? But if I go to somebody else's house and I know it's an absolute dump, yeah, then I'm walking straight with my shoes on. I ain't even asking. Yeah, that is Man United right now. Man United is the house that is a dump. And it actually is a dump as well, the training ground and the stadium. And this is why Man United are in the mud right now. In fact, they're lower than in the mud. They're in the shit, let's be real. Like, it stinks. It's disgusting. Yeah, and I don't see how it changes. You know, the whole Anthony thing, did he do it? Didn't he do it? This allegation, that allegation. Yeah, like, that's going to go on and on and on. And we've seen from the Mason Greenwood saga that Man United didn't handle it very well. They have to handle this one well, otherwise it's then 2 on their case, isn't it? Yeah, and the thing is, I've seen a lot of people, I just want to touch on that real quick. I've seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, how comes they ain't treated him like Greenwood?" Well, he hasn't actually been charged yet, if at all. So let's wait and see. If he gets charged, then I fully expect him to F him off and suspend him. But again, we need to wait and see, don't we? And then I want to read this out. This is come out today. Manchester United invited a convicted paedophile to a women's game as a guest of honour. That's not even the baddest part. That is not even the wickedest part. Manchester United reportedly invited Jeff Konopka, one of their women's games last season, unaware that he was a convicted paedophile. According to the Times, Konopka was welcomed back to Man United as a guest of honour as they celebrated his past achievements whilst in charge of the ladies' team from 1983 to 2001. However, reports add that Konopka had previously been on the sex offenders register and spent time in jail and was convicted for 19 offences of indecent assault, gross indecency, against young girls who were supposedly aged 16 and 14. This is crazy. It's staggering to hear that United invited him as a special guest without doing a better job of researching their former coach. And the Times adds that they have now distanced themselves from him. Yeah, I think a lot of people should. Yeah, how's he even out? How is he even out? Because he went down for what, 4 years? How's he even out? That is, for me, that's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah, and the fact that Man United ain't done their background checks again. Yeah, and this is the thing: Man United are a mess on the pitch, but they are a massive mess off the pitch. Like, they're a mess on it. Yeah, the on-field stuff can be fixed with results and trophies and stuff like that. That off-field stuff is an absolute sham. Yeah, that does not get fixed until you get new ownership. And that ain't happening anytime soon. So, yeah, Man United in the shit again. Anyway, let's continue. Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho is not joining El Ittifaq, Steven Gerrard's team, in the final hours of the Saudi market. Fabrizio Romano's tweeted this a couple of hours ago. He said it's not happening previous to that. He did post out saying Jadon and to El Ittifaq story being denied, on both player and club side. No negotiations taking place after Gray deal done. Damari Gray's obviously joined El Ittifaq today. Sancho expected to discuss the situation with Ten Hag and his coaching staff soon. Now, how does Jadon Sancho resolve this? He's either got to come out and apologise, or he's probably not going to play again for the rest of the season and then be sold in January. Because that's the only way I see him getting back in the team, is if he apologises. And listen, at the end of the day, see so many people saying, "No, he shouldn't have done it. He should have done it. He shouldn't have done it. He shouldn't have done it." At the end of the day, if your manager, right, and I don't believe it's to do with training, by the way, but if your manager at work is barefaced lying to another member of staff about you, and you find out because you can hear them, yeah, and they're standing just over there, they don't know that you're there, yeah, and they've got their back to you and they're slagging you off, you're going to say something. So what's the difference here? If he thinks that he's been wronged and he thinks that it's a lie, then why can't he come and say something? But at the same time, it goes back to what I said earlier. There is no respect. There is no levels at Man United. Everyone just does what they want. And it's looking like that. It's looking like everyone literally just gets up every day and goes, right, I'll turn up at training when I want. Yeah, I'll do what I want in training. I won't work hard in training. Oh, and if anyone kicks off, we're going to do this. We're going to put a statement. I don't think he has done anything wrong in training. I think this comes back to maybe wanting to move. Yeah, maybe didn't get it. Maybe false promises of he will start games this season. I think he started 1 out of the first 4. Like, he looked good in pre-season, according to Man United fans. He looked up for it, smiling, bubbly, jovial. And then he starts 1 out of the next 4 in the league. And then he sees a guy who's alleged to have done some naughty stuff, stinking it out week in, week out. If that was me, I'd be upset as well. Yeah, and he's probably then gone in and had a word with the manager, and the manager's gone, "I'm the boss, you do as you're told, and now you're not in the squad this weekend." And then he's been asked the question, obviously, why aren't you £70 million man in the squad? He's come out and said what he said, and if that's a lie, which he thinks it is, mate, listen, maybe he thinks he trained well, but maybe he's not on the level. Maybe he thinks he trained really well. But again, there's no accountability at Man United. Yeah, normally, when it comes down to performance on the pitch, there isn't accountability, because Jadon Sancho gets ostracized from the squad because apparently he's not good in training, but the whole team can get pammed 7-0, 7-0, 7, and they all start the next game. So his fake standards, he's contradicting himself. Oh, there has to be a level of standards at Man United and blah, 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 blah. Well, there ain't, is there, mate? Because you got done 7-0 and started the whole team again. Yeah? Any manager on the planet gets rid of 4 out of that team, or 3, or at least changes 1. But no, Ten Hag goes with the same 11. Like, it's unbelievable. But I do think that Jadon Sancho will apologise. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, let me know what you think. All you United fans out there, you know your club better than I do. Yeah, all the other fans, have your pennies worth in the chat as well. Stick it in the comment section. Super chats and comments down below. Smash the like button up. That always helps. Make sure you're subbing. I want this over to this 20K. This last 1,000 just took forever. So we're right on top of it now. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Man United, man. Like, and the craziest thing about all of this is it's masked over how bad Chelsea are. It's literally masked over how poor they are. They've got 38 points in their last 36 games. They've won, I think, 12 games since the new owner took over. And 5 of them, Tuchel won. It is actually mad. Madness. Absolute madness. Yeah, how bad Chelsea are. But all of these stories, the Greenwood saga, yeah, Harry Maguire being dropped as captain, then this Anthony saga, now this Nonce one, now the Sancho one. It's been a hell of a couple of months for Man United, that's for sure, and it ain't ending anytime soon. But it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts and feelings and all of that. Leave it in the comment section. I'll be back again tomorrow, people. Have a wonderful evening. I'm dropping a video about Nicola Pepe as well on the main channel. So go and check that out. And I did a show with Saeed, Northside, and Flawless on the main channel earlier this afternoon. But yeah, Pepe's left. He's going to Trabzonspor. Great. Adios. Ciao.